getting cold outside, so you know what that means. Snow! Today, we're going to teach you how to make it snow inside using Hopscotch. We'll be making a snowflake out of code, no mittens required. So make yourself a cup of hot chocolate and let's get started. As you cold climate hopscotchers may know, each snowflake is different, but they all have something in common. They're hexagonal, which means they all have 6 sides, and each of those sides is the same. So no matter how you make a snowflake, it should follow this basic recipe. First, draw the side, turn a little, and repeat 5 more times. If you ever get stuck or want to slow down, don't worry. Just tap on the video to pause it and tap the rewind arrow to go back. Let's pick our artist first. Tap the plus button at the bottom of the screen to choose a shape, text, or a character. I want Chalana to draw my snowflake since she loves the cold. Tap Add Code and let's tell Chalana what to do. Tap Is Tapped, and then tap the bubble with the iPhone icon inside of it and tap the object named Chalana. This way, when I tap her, she'll draw a piece of my snowflake. Tap the purple drawing icon and tap a purple Draw a Trail block. I want Chalana to draw a dark blue line, but you can choose whatever color you want and it will appear in the first bubble. Then I'm going to set the width of the line. I'm going to make mine 40. The bigger the number, the wider the line. If you're on an iPad, you can use a bigger number like 60 or 80, so it takes up more of the screen. I'm going to keep the length of my move forward at 100, but if you're on an iPad, you can use a bigger number. So let's press play and check it out. Nice, looking good. Now I want her to draw this line so that it looks like a snowflake. I want Chalana to move back to the middle of the line she just drew, turn, and make another branch. To do this, tap the pencil in the upper right corner and let's go back to the code. Tap beneath the first move forward block and tap another red move forward block. Type -50 into this bubble. The negative sign tells Chalana to move to the left, and 50 is half of 100, so she'll stop in the middle of the first branch. Now we need her to turn 60 degrees. Tap a red turn block and type 60 into the bubble. Let's add another move forward block and type in 40. If you're on an iPad, you can use a bigger number. Then add another move forward block and type in -40. This code tells Chalana to draw that branch and then return to the center of the big branch. Press check and press play. Sweet! To make the second branch, I want her to repeat what she just did, but I want her to turn in a different direction. If we turn Chalana -60 degrees, that would make her face right again. So we want her to face down and to the right. We need to make her turn -60 twice, or -120. Go back to the code, tap a turn block, and type -120 into the bubble. Tap another move forward and type 40. Then tap another move forward and type -40. Finally, we want Chalana to move back to the middle of the snowflake when she's done drawing. Add another turn block and type 60. Then add another move forward and type -50. And let's press play. Great! Chalana just drew our first branch. If your snowflake doesn't look like mine, don't worry. Just tap the video to pause and then tap the rewind arrow. We just added a lot of blocks, so it's easy to mix up the order. Now all that code we just added makes one branch, but we want to put it into a custom block that we can reuse. Go back to the code, tap below the top of the Draw a Trail block. Great. And then we're going to make a custom block. So tap New Block and name this One Branch. Then tap this to add it to your code. Now we're going to drag all the red blocks inside the One Branch block. To drag a block, press down on the 3 grippy lines on the right side of the block. Pull it out to the right and then drag it up. If you accidentally delete it, just shake your device until undo appears. Make sure your blocks are in order. 2 move forward, a turn, 2 move forward, a turn, 2 move forward, a turn, and 1 move forward. If you get stuck, pause the video and check your work. When you're done and your code is correct, tap the arrow on the left side of the one branch block to close it. Now let's check our code by pressing play. Great, looks good. Now that we have our one branch block, we want to tell Chalana to draw 6 branches and turn a little bit before she draws each one. Tap a red turn block. We want to put it underneath the one branch block. And let's type 60 into the bubble. Tap above the branch block. Tap a blue repeat block. And let's type 6 into the bubble. Then drag your one branch block and your turn block into the repeat block. Press play and see what happens. Awesome, Chalana's doing her thing. That's a good looking snowflake. But if you want to put other layers of color on top of your snowflake, what do? Go back to the code, tap the arrow to close up your repeat block, tap beneath it to add another custom block. Let's just call it snowflake. Tap below the draw a trail block and above the repeat block and add the snowflake block to your code. Then tap the arrow on the left of the repeat and drag this code inside the snowflake block. Now this whole block will draw the whole snowflake. Now we can draw a new layer on top of the old one. We're going to add a thinner blue layer and an even thinner white layer. Tap the arrow on your draw a trail block to close it. Tap beneath the draw a trail block and add a new draw a trail block. I'm going to make the color light blue, and I'm going to make the width 20. Press down on the grippy lines on the right of the move forward block and drag it to the right until you see a little cloud appear. That's how you delete a block. Then tap inside the draw a trail block and tap your snowflake block. I'm going to make one more layer, so let's close up this draw a trail block. Tap underneath it and add another draw a trail block. I'm going to make the color white and the width 10. I'm going to pull on that move forward block to delete it. And I'm going to add my snowflake block inside. Then let's press play. Looking good. Check it out. That's the base of our snowflake. Oh, and there's the other layer. That layer looks great. Now you can repeat this last step to give your snowflake as many layers as you want. This project is a good start, but you can experiment to make it even cooler. What happens when you change the width of the line? What about the length? Play around with the angle and the color to make a snowflake that's as unique as you are. After you publish, view your project in the community and tap the gray box next to the heart at the bottom of the project card. Solve the math problem, and then you can text or email your project to a friend. You can also share it on Facebook, Twitter, or anywhere else you share links. Have fun!